What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and we are just going to jump right into it today. So if you could like the video here in the beginning, go ahead and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, I would really appreciate that. And hey, how's it going? My name's Ratboi. Let's get into it.
I need someone to explain something to me. Why is it that the goalpost keeps moving for men?
Did she say a gold post or goal post? Let's continue.
So 4B started, right? We all know its origins. We all know where it came from.
And literally nobody cared. Nobody cared. A bunch of women made a bunch of videos and nobody watched them, and now they're crying.
So anybody who wants to come in the comments and go look it up, you don't know. I know what it is. I'm well aware.
And a lot of men know what it is, but they don't care because what are they going to do? Literally caring about something like that, putting effort into this is heavy quotations 4B movement or whatever you want to call it, is a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. Just go to the gym. Just do anything other than waste your time thinking about that. It's a waste of time.
What cracks me up is that it got here to the U.S. and of course American women turned it into, oh look, all men are garbage and we should just boycott all men.
Women have been doing this since I can remember, since I was a teenager, I believe. So this has been going on for a very long time, and it's the only difference now is that now it's on every single social media platform. You know, you have short form content, long form content. You have Facebook posts, you have Instagram pictures, you have Instagram video, TikTok. It's nonstop. So it's just a lot more visible now to everyone, and going on for a while. This has been going on since the early 2000s, and I don't see it stopping, just being honest.
Which by all means, if that's what you want to do, go ahead. Listen, girl, ain't nobody stopping you.
That's what I said. Let's do what you're going to do. You know, that's perfectly fine. The only issue I have with this is women, they will not date men. They will not, just use men for money, use men for whatever they want to use men for. And then they get to be around 45 or 50 years old. And then they get back on that same social media that they were bashing men, and they complain that they don't have a man in their life and they need someone to help them, and they're lonely and they cry. That's my problem. That's the only issue I have. I would have no issue with any of this if these women would just keep that same energy. Just keep the same energy. Keep bashing men on social media. Let's keep doing that and you'll be fine. But it's these women that they will bash men, they will complain, they will argue, they will fight, but then down the line, they've hit the wall. They're lonely. They realize that they're not getting the compliments and the attention from these men like they used to. And now they are bitter about it. And they're getting back on social media to get some more attention. But this time it's not the good attention, it's the bad attention. And they don't like it. And they're coping. Let's continue.
And the reason these men are saying something is because they're sick of hearing the garbage that they've been eating for the last, I don't even know how long. I said a couple years my last video, and I was corrected on several occasions that it's been 20 plus years.
That's what I just said. Didn't I say early 2000s? No, I haven't seen this clip, so I really don't know everything. But let me tell you one thing. One of my very first videos I've made when I started this channel, that I made on this channel, was about the sprinkle lady. And I honestly really didn't care about anything she was saying, because all of the women that were hashtagging and commenting, and they were all this certain type of woman that I wouldn't even look in their direction. Honestly, I'm just being completely honest with you. They're not even on my radar. So if they want to do the sprinkle, go ahead, go do that. You stay over there and do that, and I'm going to stay over here. And also, I think primarily this is with women who online date, and I don't online date. So I'm never going to cross their paths anyways doing that. But I was always under the assumption, you do what you're going to do, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. But evidently to women, that's not how they like it. They don't like it when you do what you want to do, only when they get to do what they want to do. Hypocrisy at its finest.
And like I've said before, I have had absolute garbage dudes in my life, but I still am not one to be like, F all guys are stupid. Now, by no means am I saying women that have been traumatized, and genuinely traumatized by men. Not just, oh, he was a jerk and he was horrible or he was mean to me. I'm talking.
Wait, you didn't know that if a woman cheats on her husband and that husband finds out, confronts her about it, that's traumatic for her. You didn't know that? That's trauma for that woman. Getting caught cheating by your husband is traumatic. You don't know what these women have been through. They've been through a lot. You can't expect these women to get their insides rearranged by multiple random men while married and expect them to be confronted about it. That is traumatizing for them. You can't do that to them. These women they don't deserve that.
Talking about like real, genuine, capital T trauma. But when that logic train just, some of y'all are completely missing that train coming through.
That's probably because they're getting the train ran on them while married. Don't you see where they can't be on the train if they're getting, you know what? Let's continue.
Because it's no longer logic for y'all. We're going to win at any cost. Whether that means we're going to lie, we're going to manipulate.
Well, lying and manipulation is just par for the course. You've been doing that. That's what all this is. The sprinkle, it's all lying and manipulation. Don't you understand? And they're being upfront about it, sure. But these men that they are manipulating into giving them their money, a lot of times these women will tell these men that, oh, well, you're the only man in my life. You're the only husband I want. All the while they have multiple men doing this for them. So
and that's what I feel like it keeps turning into, because it's these men were like, oh, fine, you guys don't want us, then we're going to use your logic against you in a satirical manner. And it's set off this whole other anger. So I need somebody to explain this to me, because the amount of manipulation that is coming out of women from all of this.
You have to understand the mindset of a man. A lot of stuff has to happen and it has to boil over for it to get to this point. Because honestly, a lot of men do not care. It does not affect them. It still doesn't affect them. They're just doing this to make fun. They're doing this to laugh. They are doing this as to just, it's satire. Very few men think they are going to come across a woman to fund them. It's not going to happen. That's the fun. That's the joke part that they're not getting, is that it's not going to happen. It's just in laughing at each other because it's funny hearing men say what women say. That's the whole joke. I can go stand in Times Square and beg for a Bugatti, but that doesn't mean I'm going to get it. Do you understand what I mean? It's just it's a joke. It's a big, fat joke.
I can't. Men are using logic. They are using your own logic against you. And you're getting mad at that. Somebody make it make sense.
Hey, if you make it make sense, let me know, because I've been trying to make sense too. But in a second, we'll go through the comments and we'll see what other people have to say about this.
Because the problem, sometimes I'm tongue-tied, clearly, right now. Everybody jumped on the sprinkle movement. Oh, she's this, yes, go on, girl. But then when a man says it, it's a problem, and they're misogynist, and they're toxic masculine men. I need somebody to explain this to me, because the only thing I can come up with is y'all just don't want a mirror held up, and you don't like your own logic being used against you, because now you're arguing against your own argument because you just can't be wrong.
And that's what's funny about it. Is the reply videos or women saying, oh, we're definitely not doing that. It's like, no.
Oh, listen, sometimes I am that person. I will argue till I'm blue in the face, but if I'm wrong, I know I'm wrong, and I will admit that I'm wrong. But at this point, I feel like the women are just arguing with themselves.
They are.
Because you're arguing against your own points. But either way, drizzle.
We've had the sprinkles. We've had the drizzles. We've even had the grizzles. What I call it with the bear question. Well, okay, so let's take a quick look at these comments. We have Harry. He says, aren't most of us looking for a genuine long-term connection? What's with all the game playing and social media grandstanding? That's a very good question, Harry, and honestly, I don't know. Are people looking for long-term connections? Maybe. You'll never know it by looking online. I would suggest you not look online and look elsewhere, honestly. Then we have a reply from the creator, and then we have this other comment, which was interesting, but they stated that in their opinion, they believe that it all started in the 90s, where every sitcom on television except for Friends, the guys were dumbasses that couldn't do anything right, and women were always right and correct at the end. I don't know I'm not sure about all that. I don't really watch a lot of sitcoms. Then we have this next comment: shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. Women definitely do that sometimes, or a majority of the time on social media. I can agree with that. Not anymore. I have more peace as a single. Fair enough. A lot of men are thinking this way. And here is something that kind of makes me sad. So we have this comment: I won't even try anymore. I've always told every woman from day one, no games, and the last one wasted 12 years of my life. I'd rather stay alone and then go through that again. Absolutely. A lot of men waste a lot of time with these women, and it's so funny because at the beginning of these relationships, these women will agree, and every relationship has that talk where you sit down, you talk about what you're looking for, you talk about your boundaries, you talk about what you want to do for your future, you talk about kids and marriage, you talk about all that stuff. And a lot of times they will agree with you, and then sometimes these women, they realize years down the line, they're like, you know what, all those promises and commitments I made to this man, I'm good on that. I'm just gonna go somewhere else from now on. Let's check out these other comments. Have Ice Bear saying, I'm Gen X with a 19-year-old son, and I feel really bad about the dating scene for him. It really seems hard compared to when I was his age. Just so many red flags, expectations, and loyalty is rare now. These next generations coming up, I think it'll be a lot better for these men out here than these women. There's a lot of single moms out there right now raising a lot of daughters, and these daughters are going to have the same mentality that their single moms have had, and it's just going to be very, very negative for these women growing up. The men, I honestly think the men will be all right. As all these men to not online date, you will be a lot more successful not online dating, and you will possibly find someone you can spend the rest of your life with. Then we have some more comments. My son is 20 and I see a problem for him as well. Mine is 24. It is terrible for him. He works at Ford. He makes money, blue collar though. Oh, they don't like that. Mine's 19 too. I'm sad for him. I'm good, but I'm very sad for my 22-year-old sons, and they're not bitter, but they're not even trying to date. I don't blame them. Gen X with a 16-year-old, and it hurts me to consider what's in store for him. A lot of disappointment. Exact same here with a 17-year-old. I've tried to tell him his whole life, but he's going to learn the hard way. Do what you need to do. Not rare. Loyalty, respect, love, and morality have gone extinct. They're still out there. I don't think you're going to find stuff like that on social media. I think social media dating is only meant for one thing, and that's hooking up, nighttime visits, stuff like that, having fun. There are the very few exceptions where online dating can lead to these long-term sort of fantastic relationships. I don't know what the percentages of those are, but they're very few and far between as far as I can tell. What will materialize next in this dead landscape cesspool of the internet that we call social media? Nobody knows. But let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment down below if you have something to say. Like the video if you're enjoying, and go ahead and subscribe and hit those notifications to get these videos. And thank you so much, and I will catch you guys later. Ratboi out.